makes sense, I guess.
Hmm. Apparently, a crown of thorns that starts budding sometimes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it apparently starts budding, which is pretty weird on its own. And I think you can hear my dog also. You
That's
can
Slightly,
hear a
yes.
dog
okay.
also barking in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
They agree. They agree with you.
They too agree. They hear the word of
Hmm.
God.
they do agree. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Now,
while
yeah,
yeah.
and I would see at the same time I would also gel really well with Buddha, because the
Hmm.
man legit wanted to spend 80,000 yen on a rice cooker.
Yeah,
That's
he's
something I
cool as
totally
shit.
get behind.
Yeah.
He's my boy. Buddha's my
Like, I would
boy.
totally do that.
I don't know what
Like
happened.
The
at that
reasoning.
time
Yeah.
Jesus was like, is he going to get a PS3? I was like, you know what, the rice cooker is much
Yeah,
better.
rice cooker is
Honestly,
much cooler.
call me old if you want, but the rice cooker is a better investment than a PS3 or a
Hey,
PS5 in
of
our
course, you
generation.
need a rice
But
cooker in your house. It's important. I've always had one wherever
What's
I go.
what's
Yeah.
better yet that Buddha did his own research on it and was like, yeah, here are all the features of the rice cooker. Here is how it's
Yes,
far
yes.
better than the
exactly,
PS3.
exactly.
It is
Buddha
a
did
better
his
product, yes.
job. Yes, the rice cooker is what we need in life. If
Hmm.
you are wondering whether you should get an Xbox Series X S
The
or Series
whatever.
S,
We are
Yeah.
old
Xbox
apparently. Yeah.
Series 2021, whatever, or a PS5, the real answer is you should get a good rice cooker,
Yes, you
because
should.
you can't eat your
Hmm.
PS5. You
But you can't eat your rice
can,
cooker
but you
either.
will
You
die.
probably, yeah, you'll
But
die.
you will be able to eat rice from the cooker. Well, you can eat the rice from the cooker now. You can't
my
eat the
God.
PCB from the
And
PS5.
You
if
phrased that a bit wrong.
if you already have a rice cooker, just buy another one. What's wrong with two rice cookers?
A
Exactly.
backup
Yeah.
rice
Or
cooker.
buy a mochi maker, because
Yeah,
I
apparently.
definitely cannot afford that. So if anyone wants to buy a mochi maker and send me mochi that you made, see, I'm nice. I'm not even asking for the mochi maker. I'm just asking for the mochi that you made. That's a big bargain for you. It's a very good advantage.
Or send us some like glutinous rice flour because we don't get that shit here apparently.
That works. Or some glutinous rice is also okay.
Yes, that is also acceptable.
That
We
is
would like
fine.
Japanese ingredients.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yes.
the manga was really fun. Like there were a lot of good jokes that I liked. Yeah, like I think you remember in one part they were talking about like they're talking about gods and they reference light from Death Note. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
they reference
Yeah,
light
yeah.
from Death Note.
Yeah,
Very early
yeah,
on, I think.
That
Yeah.
was it. I was like, is this legal? Is this
Yeah.
allowed?
That
Are you
was-
actually allowed to do this?
That was very cool. Also, there were lots of like funny like jokes. Like there's a lot of jokes with like this thing. There were lots of jokes after the mangas ended. Like these small panels and comments. These
Yeah,
small
yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah, they
funnier ones
show
was like early on. I
they show
think
a lot of
Buddha was
side characters.
scrolling. Yeah, he was scrolling through his phone. He's like, should I accept Judas's friend
Yeah.
request? I was like, what the fuck? Well, okay, that's happening.
And there's also the part where Jesus gives coupons to everybody with
Oh,
a
yeah.
grenade, and Buddha's like, do your angels actually use this coupon? And the guy's like, well, only Judas did. And he's like, did you really forgive him for betraying you? One coupon. He's like, no, he used
Absolved him
four.
of his crimes with the
That's like,
paper
Yeah,
coupon.
he referenced like when he's like cotton
works.
candy, when he's eating cotton candy, it gets stuck
Yeah.
on his face. He's
Yeah.
like, "This is Judas level of deception."
Yeah.
So they do have a lot of cool. What?
And I also love the fact that he would start self-sacrificing himself when he got too sad.
Yeah.
His crown of thorns would just start hurting
Bleed.
him
Yeah,
and
it will start bleeding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
bleeding.
And on the other hand, Buddha would just start developing a halo and blinding everybody with his glorious light.
Yep.
Especially when he's like when they're in the amusement park and he says something nice to Jesus and then he starts glowing and everybody's like, oh, is this part of the parade?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, there's like an attraction around.
And then he's like,
Yeah, and at that point he's
very
like-
impure. Just remove your
Yeah, he's like say
godliness.
something impure. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, this person's nice.
He talks about Tinkerbell. I think Tinkerbell's
Yeah.
length of her skirt or something is appropriate
but-
or something like that. Yeah.
Uh,
And he's like,
Buddha and
shit.
Jesus don't talk on the metro on the way back
Hmm.
afterwards.
Their relationship is
Actually,
actually
the
very
picture
cool.
that I have here
Hmm.
is the place where Buddha's like Buddha's asking why Jesus always sits on his laptop. And Jesus is afraid to show it to him, and Buddha's like, "You haven't been doing anything ungodly." have you?"
Ungodly,
And
yeah.
Jesus is like, "No, my search history is clean."
Yeah, no, that's also I think they like, remember when they make fun of when Jesus talks about like why baptism is a thing, remember he's
Yeah.
like, God told me go down in the water, stay down
Yeah,
there
and he
in the
was
middle
too
of,
scared.
yeah. They've made a lot of like funny jokes. Like I like
But
the way they've
I
played on
feel
it.
like there's like a slight bias because every time you see a Jesus backstory, it seems like it
Yeah.
makes him look like a coward. But every time you see a Buddha backstory, it's like, ah, wow, what a god.
Could
I
be.
feel like
I'm not sure.
Well, I
there was
mean,
a slight little bit of
Japanese,
bias
so yes,
over there.
sort of
Yeah.
makes sense. There would be a bias.
Probably, yeah. Well,
No
I
hope
don't I don't know about that. But yeah, no, the Buddha also they do kinda with his like earlobes and stuff, how they
Yeah, with
keep
his
making
earlobes, but if you look at his backstories, all of Buddha's backstories
are
like,
good,
he's so
yeah.
cool, he's so godly,
Yeah.
and all of Jesus' backstories like, I'm scared to put my
Yeah,
head
I'm
in
scared
the
to put,
water.
yeah, because of the way. But also Buddha, Jesus always keeps saying like, yo, how, like, why you always talking about suffering? Why do you always see everything from that perspective?
Yeah.
Because he does do that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty interesting thing there. It